Hi everyone. Good morning from UK and good afternoon uh, to Australia. We are beginning this very interesting new program. It's a webinar series. We call it Mindfulness for Busy Minds. Mindfulness for Busy Minds. Yeah. So probably you may think you're not busy. Actually, I found a very interesting story. I heard that story a few weeks ago. This is from Sri Lanka, authentic Sri Lanka. And this is from a monk, a young monk living in jungle. And he built his ashram in a kind of a tea estate. And this is closer to down south in Sri Lanka, if you're familiar with Sri Lanka. So he was there and he was working very hard to improve his samadhi, state of samadhi. So one day he found the biggest trouble he's having is his phone, the mobile phone. So he thought, what's the way to get around it? So he just put it somewhere where he can't reach out to. So still, he found he's going there and take it to his hands. So next day, he asked his assistant, can you take this phone? It's a big trouble to me. So take it with you. I don't need that. So he somehow took it and went away. Then monk sat for the meditation. So he was going through meditation cycles. And at one point, he realized, just came to his mind, oh my God, who is bringing me Dani tomorrow? The arms. He lost the list. So he happened to send another message. Don't bring the phone, but send me the list. The who is bringing the donation tomorrow. So I'm telling you, the phone is so magical, but we can't live without that. And then it makes us so busy. So mindfulness for busy minds is for you because you live with the phone. I'm getting the help of that phone now. Very phone which is troubling you to help you to find the mindfulness. So in this webinar series, very short webinar series, I'm trying to get the help of a very nice person. So his name is Cedric. So you heard about the body double, right? The body double. The body double help you to boost your workouts, your your studies, etc., etc. So I am here bringing in the mind double, the mind double. Yeah, extended mind. So Cedric is my extended mind. So you will see how Cedric is going to help you and me in this journey from today. So we are going to use videos, few videos, short videos, and few slides. And at the end, I'm going to give you a guided meditation practice, which you can do in 5 seconds every day until we meet again next week. So let's start. So I'm asking Cedric to introduce you about the guy who is just talking to you like no one now.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. I know you're busy. That's exactly why I created this little series, Mindfulness for Busy People. Let me start with a quick story, my own. I'm Harsha, 64 years old. Well, my life has been busy. I spent decades creating and growing charities, traveling the world, helping thousands of people from disadvantaged communities in Sri Lanka and beyond. And while doing all that, I built a home with my wife and our 3 daughters. Looking back, I see 2 things I managed well. I made a great impact in society, and I kept my family life happy. And honestly, the secret behind that balance was mindfulness. I didn't grow up practicing it deeply, even though I was born a Buddhist in Sri Lanka. My real lessons came later, from monks like Thich Nhat Hanh and Ajahn Sumedho, and from exploring Zen and yoga. The practice really deepened when I trained under a forest monk in a Sri Lankan jungle monastery. Since retiring in 2019, I've been sharing this journey with a growing global community we call the Kindness Code. Now let's be real. Mindfulness is not just about sitting still and breathing. Sure, it reduces stress and makes you healthier, but to me, the magic is in everyday choices. Think about it. Choosing the wrong job, or even the wrong holiday package, can bring you a lot of suffering. Choosing the wrong partner, well, the cost is even higher. Mindfulness sharpens the mind so you choose well. And here's the good news. Mindfulness is simple, really as simple as breathing. But the trick is, how often are you aware of your own breath? So I'll share with you some really practical tools. A 5-second mindfulness exercise you can do anywhere. A water break meditation, perfect for office life. And if you're curious about deeper practice, things like Buddha Nusati, Samadhi, Vipassana, I'll touch on those too. But don't worry, this is not about more information. It's about turning information into wisdom. I'll also bring in some tools from modern management, like the idea of just improving by 1% each day, or taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. That's how mindfulness becomes a daily habit, not a special event. So that's our journey together, 4 weeks, small steps, big results. I'm so glad you're here. Let's begin.
So it's 4 weeks. And it's a combination of science, Buddhism, and management techniques. The goal is basically to help you to find the calm and peace with the use of mindfulness. Sorry, the Cedric, though I tried hard to train Cedric to pronounce the Buddhist words, he failed. He failed to say it right. The Buddhanusati. The Buddhanusati is a very beautiful meditation, very simple meditation. But we are not going to talk about that. I'm telling you, like, in this mind double game, there will be some hiccups. So bear with me. Okay, now you learn about me through Cedric now a bit. Okay, we are going to spend only another 15 minutes. I'm going to bring in another video. This I built with Cedric to introduce a very nice concept. Build around your fridge, the refrigerator. Okay? But with that, you will learn a very interesting concept, which is helping to mindfulness. The moment you open the fridge from today onward, probably you will start to be mindful. Let's listen to Cedric.
Let's look at this ice cube. It is melting. And finally, it leaves only an empty space. You've seen this 1,000 times, haven't you? Ice melts into water and then eventually becomes vapor. Science explains it easily. Temperature, molecules, vaporization. We all learned that in school. That's knowledge. But here's my question. When was the last time you looked at a melting ice cube and thought, ah, this is impermanence? Probably never. And that's the difference. Knowledge versus wisdom, a simple difference. See, we're surrounded by knowledge, but we rarely turn it into wisdom. That's what monks in the jungle do. They live stress-free because they connect what they know with how life really works. We, on the other hand, live in concrete jungles, filled with stress, even though we have more knowledge at our fingertips than ever before. It's not where we live that matters. It's whether we can transform knowledge into wisdom. So let's go back to the ice cube. The cube, the water, the molecules, the transformation, that's knowledge. But when you look at it and think, yes, that's how life works, everything changes, that's wisdom. Think about yourself. Every day you're changing, from youth to old age. A tree grows, blooms, and dies. Every living thing follows this rhythm. And when you see that truth in something as simple as a melting ice cube, you're practicing wisdom. The monk's perspective. A monk sitting in a forest doesn't just see trees and wind and clouds. He sees a whole ecosystem, constantly changing and supporting his life. That awareness removes fear. It makes life simple. And it starts with one thing: mindfulness. Let's do something really simple. Just close your eyes with me. Count slowly from 1 to 5. Now focus on your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Do this 5 times. Now ask yourself, how do I feel? Probably calmer, maybe more rested. And that only took 5 seconds. That's your homework. Do this once a day for the next 5 days. Just 5 seconds. And when we meet in the next session, I'll show you how to take this practice further, deeper, step by step. So the next time you see an ice cube melt, remember, knowledge tells you its molecules changing state. Wisdom reminds you its impermanence, and that's the nature of life itself. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the problem in Sid. He forgets the fact that he needs to guide you to practice that 5 second meditation, right? He doesn't give you even 5 seconds to do that. So this is why we are busy. In this AI age, information is overloading at a far the super speed, right? We can't think. We don't have time to think. It just keep coming. It just keep coming. So how to break that cycle? So this is the way to do that. Simple. Now I want, if you really want to practice mindfulness, if you really want to be mindful, learn it in 5 seconds. Let's agree each other for one thing. Just to sit. I only ask you, just sit. Wherever you are now, sit for a minute. I'm only taking 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds. Close your eyes slowly and keep your arms comfortably without holding anything. Slowly close your eyes. Now we are going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now focus, pay your attention to your breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Now, I ask a simple question. How do you feel now? If you feel peaceful and calm, say green. Neutral, yellow. More disturbed or irritated, it's red. Yeah. I'm glad you all are answering. Thank you. So, all are saying, majority saying green, few saying yellow. That's fine. Great. You found the difference, right? You found the difference. So that's most important thing. You recognize 5 seconds can bring you an interesting difference. Yeah. So that's the important thing. So in this exercise, I'll show you the two simple things you had done. One thing, count to 5 seconds, count to five, second by second. Make sure you that count slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you do your breath. Notice your breath. Take one slow inhale and one slow exhale. Repeat 5 times. So it's only 5 seconds and 5 breaths. So you can do anywhere, anytime. You may get so many questions about, am I doing right? Am I doing it wrong? Or is it right? Or is it, etc., etc. You know, the best part of mindfulness is you are the teacher. The mind is you. The person sitting inside you is the teacher. Only thing you need to find, you need to give some space for the mind to become your teacher. So there begins the mindfulness. Let the mind to become your teacher. Okay, so I'll stop my whole conversations there for the day now. If you have any questions, of course, you can ask. You turn on your mic and raise the question. Or otherwise, I'll invite Anur actually, who has taken all the pain to organize this webinar. Uh, he has been practicing with me for quite some time now. So, Anur, would you like to share your experience in a second?
Yes, sir. Let me give first up. Thank you for everyone who has joined today, especially to you because you have spent a lot of time preparing the videos and taking your time to join to educate, give some understanding about the mindfulness to our community, especially our second generation, who are going to be in the today's busy life, who is following the busy life. So, and this is goes back to a couple of years, few years now, when I met the Dr. Harsha Liyanage, who is my meditation teacher. He introduced something simple, and I was just wondering that whether this it's so simple. I was thinking whether that I met the right person to learn this one, because I didn't take it much because it's so simple. And then I did a couple of days, this 5 seconds, and then I forgot. And then again, following week, I started. And then only I started having some sort of rhythm on that. With that, I started notice that I'm slowing down. Especially, I can see the things properly. For example, when I drive, previously I used to see a lot of idiots around who are taking my lane, speeding up. But with this, I have calmed down. I saw them as a human who are busy with the life like me. So it's just a simple example of that. And then I realized that the way that the teacher has given that lesson very calmly, simple, and methodically. So I started thinking that why not pass this message to our next generation? This is where that I have started. Of course, now probably few months back, I started discussing with the sir that we need to do. And then the last time I met in Sri Lanka. So we thought, okay, let's start this journey. This is how we started this mindfulness sessions. That's all I can pass at this moment. So the special message is that you might think that first few days you will forget few days, and slowly, gradually, when you start, you will make it as a habit, which you can continue till the next week's session, where that teacher will give the more tools to improve that your mindfulness. Over to you.
Thank you, Anuradha. So again, guys, we are going to stop now. But as Anuradha said, like it's so simple. Mindfulness is simple. Take it that way. Yeah. And I will teach you few tools which can make you like stick to that in coming weeks. So, but from starting from today, try to practice at least once, 5 seconds a day, and makes yourself feel comfortable, and that is going to be the reward. That is going to build into your habit, convince you to build your habit of mindfulness. That will change your life. Take care. Have a good day. Good night.